Are we rolling? Yes, we are. What's up, guys? It's McKinley, Crain here. Today I'm going to be doing my spoiler-free movie review of the movie that I just saw yesterday actually. Yesterday morning actually. And it's a 2017 comedy horror. And that film is Mom and Dad. So like I said, um Mom and Dad is a 2017 horror comedy starring Nicolas Cage as Brent Ryan and Selma Blair as Kendall Ryan. Um, Brent and Kendall are the parents in this movie, the two main parents in this movie. Um, and this film also stars not Elizabeth Marvel, my bad. That's a completely different movie. Um, it stars Ann Winters as Carly, who is the daughter. Carly is the daughter who has to is like the who has to deal with the parents in this movie. So yeah. And in this movie this movie has a kind of like a bonkers premise, but it works. So what happens in this movie is so like one day like parents start like an unknown cause is causing parents to start turning on their children, and not just certain parents, all parents that are affected by this cause, this unknown cause, like you know turn on their children and try to murder their children. They don't try to murder other people's children, but they try to murder their own children. And if you think about it, parents murdering their children is not an unrealistic thing. It happens every day. Um, but all parents every single parent ever trying to murder their child is an unrealistic cause, because not every single parent does murder their child. There are yes, there are crazy people who do that, who actually do that and stuff like that. You hear about it on the news, and you just you hear about it, you just hear about it, and you're just oh, ooh, that's horrible. But anyway, in this movie, it's all parents that are affected by the unknown cause. And it's a bonkers premise, but it works, and it's a really fun film. It can be really thrilling. Um, it can be really intense. It can be really fun. It's just a really fun and an exciting movie, and it's a nail biter too. It's a nail biting movie. It'll keep you at the edge of your seat. And I had a blast watching it. The acting was great. Everything in this movie was great, but it just wasn't nothing in this movie was 10 out of 10 great or perfect or anything, but everything in this movie was great. I love this movie. I enjoyed it. It has a 75% critical score on Rotten Tomatoes and a 38% audience score on Rotten Tomatoes, I would definitely agree more with the critics on this one. I don't even know what the audience was thinking. Like, you know, this is a fun film. It's a really fun film with a really fun premise. And, like, you know, just really fun moments. Oh, and, like, you know, it's got some humor too, and the dark humor that is in here works. Like, it works. Like, you know, I love the humor in this movie, and I love this film. It's not my favorite Nicolas Cage horror movie, but it's one of my favorites. I just really love this movie, and I know that not everybody loves this type of movie. It's not everybody's cup of tea, but it is my cup of tea, and it's just a great movie. Nicolas Cage gives the best performance in this movie. He gives like an over-the-top, you know, just crazy performance, and it's awesome. Like, you know, the whole cast does an amazing job, but Nicolas Cage does the best job. And, you know, there's also some really smart writing in this movie, especially towards the end. And it's like, you know, there's witty writing, there's like witty dialogue. It's just a smart and witty movie. This movie isn't saying that, like, you know, all parents are just, every single parent in the world is actually going to, like, murder their children. Like, you know, it doesn't have, like, some secret, like, you know, message saying, oh, every single parent in the world is going to eventually murder their children or something. You know, it probably has, like, some message about how, like, you know, some parents actually do go crazy and, you know, end up killing their kids or something like that, but, you know, it's not saying that, like, you know, what happens in the movie is gonna, like, you know, happen in real life or anything. Like, it's not saying that, like, you know, all parents are just gonna randomly try to, like, kill their kids or something. Anyway, I just really enjoyed this film. It was just a smart movie, and a fun movie, and an awesome movie. And the ending is, like, awesome too. I just had a blast watching this movie. It was a lot of fun. And it's a very creative, like, you know, premise. You know, the premise of the movie is also very creative. And it's a very memorable movie. And I'm going to give it an 86% out of 100%, which is the equivalent of an A-. Like, subscribe, join the notification squad. I will return.